Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? This is like the best thing about New Year's right here. What is this? Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD, back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, just doing a bit of a quick one, just to talk about the medal exchange. Look at this damn medal exchange. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. For you, people out there that have gotten fairly unlucky with certain characters, this medal exchange is easily the best medal exchange we've ever had. Easily been the best medal exchange we've ever had. Easily. There's only one unit here that I don't think is worth picking up if you have an abundance of medals. Like, only one. But, in today's video, we're going to chat about each particular unit, if I think that you should pick them up, why I should think that you should pick them up, and why you shouldn't. Okay, so let's start. We've got Baro here. Baro's the first one. Baro's really good because Baro has the support to remove 3 turns of paralysis on Robin. Do I think you should pick him up if you don't have him? Definitely. 150 medals to this unit is actually really good, especially if you have an abundance of medals, because he doesn't pop up on a lot of banners. So that way you're relying on tickets and other ways to sort of pick him up. So I would definitely pick up Baro if you are missing Baro. And if you like to run Robin units, especially Summertime Robin, this particular Baro, I use him all the time for stuff like Hawkins Forest. 3 turns of paralysis is nothing to scoff at, and that's all he does. One of the best supports in the game for Robin, so definitely pick him up. If you've got Mr. 1, you might not need him too much, but they do two different things, so Baro, definitely worth the time. Kizaru. I would only pick up Kizaru if you like playing Rumble. Now, Kizaru got a bit of a resurgence because of Wadja, but he became very good with Ryoiin back last year. So if you really like Rumble, you can pick him up. If you don't like Rumble, I probably wouldn't. V1 Shirahoshi, very strong sub, but a little bit outdated and probably don't need. If you are missing her and you have an abundance of medals and you have all these other characters though, pick her up, why not? She doesn't pop up on many banners, but she's just not used that much anymore, mainly because of Shirashari. The V1, V2 Shirashari sort of like outshine her. Dex Sabo. Now, Dex Sabo is an interesting one because Dex Sabo got a side grade with his Super Evolution. He just recently got a Super Evolution. If you don't have him, he is a very good option to pick up. If you already have one and you have all these other units, I would pick up a second one to keep an unevolved copy. I actually recently used the unevolved copy on my showcase for the Final Tap last level Luffy, for the Final Tap the Straw Hats, as well as having Wadja on the team. The 6-star was actually better for that team than the 6+. So there's always that. I do think the 6+ is a little bit better in terms of like if you only have one, but 150 medals for this unit, definitely not a bad pickup if you have an abundance of medals. Out of the 150, the most value I think is Baro, purely because of his support and the fact that he doesn't pop up on a lot of banners moving forward. Moving on to the 250 medals now, we have V2 Mihawk. Skip. Don't buy V2 Mihawk. You never use him. He's 6+ sucks. He's trash. As for the other 3, V1 Vivi Rebecca, still one of the best subs in the game. If you're struggling with Dofy 2, it's out right now. This is a great pickup. V1 Kaido, everyone knows that in the OPTC Gospel, it states, if you can still use V1 Kaido for content, you use V1 Kaido. So if you're missing V1 Kaido, pick him up. And then my boy, Shanks Crew, is 250 medals. Now, I do understand Shanks Crew just got completely power crept with Wadja, but if you don't have Shanks Crew, 250 medals. These 3 units here are all worth 250 medals. If you have like 1,000 medals, like these 3 units, besides maybe one other on the list, which we'll talk about, these 3 units are definitely worth. If you have to pick one, I would say get V1 Vivi Rebecca if you're missing all 3. V1 Kaido would be the next best option, and then Shanks Crew. But Shanks Crew is still a godly sub. V1 Vivi Rebecca unlocks so many different teams, and V1 Kaido is just going to help you blitz through content. The thing is, these characters have been on a lot of banners, like, recently. So you probably have them. But if you don't, and you do have 250 medals to spare, I would definitely pick them up. Definitely pick up these units. V1 Vivi Rebecca especially. V1 Kaido, very good. You probably don't need V1 Kaido, but, like, if you have an abundance of medals and you've been missing him for so long, just pick him up. Because, like I said, the Gospel states, if you can use him, you use him. And then Shanks Crew, very good. I'd probably say like V1 V Rebecca, Shanks Crew, then Kaido. Very good. 250 medals. Moving on to the big one now, and the 400 medals. The big whopper. This list is god tier. This list right here is god tier. Wano Law, one of the best subs in the entire game. Like, besides Final Tap Law, I can't think of a better Law than this guy. And they're, like, used in two very different ways. So, like, Wano Law, absolute weapon. Luffy Sanji. You guys know how I feel about Luffy Sanji. I'm a big Luffy Sanji fan. The only knock I have with Luffy Sanji is that they don't make recovery orbs beneficial unless you switch with them. So as a captain, that kind of sucks. But I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. You, 99.9% of the time, you get their 2.5 times rainbow attack boost. Not the 2 times, the 2.5 times. They are in a god tier unit. They are so good. For a new player, if you don't have this unit, they are amazing. Now, I do understand if you do the new Straw Hats, like, you probably want to run them more, but these guys have a broken switch ability. They remove blind, blind, despair, and paralysis by 1 turn. Their specials, very, very good utility. They're a very, very good unit. Super Type Zoro. Super Type Zoro does not get enough love. I'm gonna suck Super Type Zoro's dick for just like 2 seconds. Removing Special Blind as a captain, in my eyes, is like one of the best abilities a captain can have when it comes to utility. He's a speed captain. He gets 2 turns of cooldown as a sailor. He's very, very nice. That 2 turns, not a lot of characters can do that. And if you are running hybrid of the new Straw Hats, you can bring this guy on the team, and then that massive dex like boost that he gives will actually be a rainbow orb boost for the entire team, which is like a 2.75 orb boost. Very, very strong unit. Still my favorite dex captain to run, even with like Queen. Actually, Lucci probably is my favorite, but like Zoro is still a very, very good option because he has that utility of Special Blind in his kit. Out of the 4, I think he's the bottom of the list. But looking at the character next to him, if you do not have this character and you have only 400 medals, you pick up Ace vs Akainu. You go and you do it right. Oh, do your summons first. If you haven't summoned, make sure to summon first. But this character is the character that you want to buy. If you only have 400 medals and you go Stump, who am I going to pick up? I don't have Ace vs Akainu. I don't have Vivi Rebecca. I don't have Baro and Sabo and Shanks Crew. You buy Ace vs Akainu. This character is godly. Ace vs Akainu is probably my most used legend in the game because you have access to Ace and Akainu. And the fact that they are 2 separate units, but they do so different things, unlike like Kaido vs Big Mom and Shanks vs Whitebeard. These 2 characters, they fit on so many teams. Driven's so good. Free Spirit's so good. They're just gods. You want to pick up this unit if you only have 400 medals. For example, if you only had 400 medals and you didn't have Ace vs Akainu, you'd pick up Ace vs Akainu. If you only have 500 medals and you were missing something like Luffy Sanji, Vivi Rebecca, and Shanks Crew, I would probably pick up Shanks Crew and Vivi Rebecca over something like Luffy Sanji. But if you don't have any of these characters and you have medals to spare and you've done all your summoning, you're finished summoning for New Year's, this is a very, 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 very good medal exchange and easily by far the best medal exchange that we have seen on both versions of the game. So, very, very good. Very, very strong. Very, very nice. So, that's going to wrap up the video today, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what legends you are missing from this particular list. Let me know if you'll be picking up any legends from this list as well. Even if you're just like picking up copies of Rainbow of them, if you're like me and you have all these units and the units you're missing aren't coming for a very long time. If you're just going to pick up some copies to Rainbow them, I actually picked up a couple. I actually probably should have. I had tablets, so I just used them. But like, you can always pick up copies of these units if you have an abundance of medals anyway. But who knows what they bring to the future, like shop. So I'd probably try and hang on to them if possible. Like I mentioned, Shirahoshi out of 150, definitely not worth buying. Mihawk out of the 250, definitely not buying. And then probably on the 400s, the lowest would be something like Zoro. Especially if you have Queen, especially if you have Lucci. But everything else is just bellissimo. Everything else is very, very good. But that's going to wrap up the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's